To Wednesday. I don't feel like having myself down here at the bottom today, so excuse me. Hopefully, I'll see a bunch of you after school today. If I don't, hopefully these couple of videos will be helpful. So this is number 7. I just realized that it's numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 7. So 6 is nowhere to be found. But this should look very familiar, as we have here. What happens if my vertex form of the equation is a y equals or an x equals? Recall that if it's a y equals, it opens either up or down. If it's an x equals, it opens either left or right. Also remember with this, this is going to be right on your test. So this is information that you can access as you're going through the question. So now let's look over here. Here's an example. This is a y equals. I'm going to grab a pen down here at the bottom, and I'll just try to write it in the best that I can. So the axis of symmetry. This is one that opens either up or down. So looking at this, remember it's the opposite of this value. So then my axis of symmetry is x equals -4. My vertex then, remember this is the x-coordinate of the vertex, and it's also the same thing as what I see here with the axis of symmetry. And then this is my k, so -1. I'm going to go through and I'm going to actually put the axis of symmetry and the vertex in here. So I got to go to line, I got to come up with a line, and we're going to make it with arrows on both sides. So it says x being -4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so here is my axis of symmetry. And then we'll go back to the pen here, and we need -4, -1, that's the vertex. Okay. I know this thing opens up, so that means that the focus is going to be up here relative to the directrix, which will be below it. Remember, the focus is always on the inside of the parabola. So focus. If I look at this, we also know that the focus is going to lie on the axis of symmetry. If my axis of symmetry is x equals -4, then that means the part that I have here is -4, comma. Now I've got to scroll back up here. So my h stays the same, and then k plus 1 over 4a. Okay, well, I already know what a is. A is this right here, the 1/16. All right, so now you guys are stressing out because you're going to have fractions within a fraction. So -1 divided by 4 times 1 divided by 16. All right, well, how many times does 4 go into 16? 4. I'm going to do my equal sign down this way. So I have -1 divided by 1/4. All right, 1 divided by 1/4. Now you can do that in a calculator, that's fine. Again, my equal sign is going to go this way. You can do that in a calculator, that's fine. But really, remember that dividing is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. In other words, flip this and multiply. So 4 times -1. Oops, sorry. Okay, so that's the value we have that's going to replace this. All right, so I'm going to subtract -4 from the value that's already here. All right, so let me scroll down here, make it a little bit easier. So I'm going to take k minus 1 over 4a. K was -1 minus -4. So then we're going to get 3. So 4, 3 is where we're going to be. So I have them up here. That's 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then now I got to figure out where my directrix is going to be. Now you can go through and you can deal with the values that are here. That's fine. That's one way at which to do it, by just going through and using the information that's there. Or remember, the distance away the vertex and the focus are, that's the same distance from the vertex to the directrix. Well, how far am I away here? I'm 4 away. So therefore I need to be down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's part of the line that will be my directrix. Okay, well the line's going this way. It's going to be horizontal, so that's a y equals. Well, let me get my line again. Okay, and I know that my line is this way. Well, where is that located? Well, again, this is my x. Let's make sure we put our labels in. This is my y. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. Which direction is this thing going to open? Well, it's going to open up. How do I know that? Because this that I put the arrow to is positive. I know I'm going to open up. Now I need some points. I want to have a point that will actually make it so that it's divisible by 16. All right, awesome. So I need a number that's divisible by 16. Well, if I put 0 in for x, so if I put a 0 in for x, all right, so the point 0. So here's my xy chart. So if I put a 0 in for x, then where am I on the y? So I put a 0 in here, I get 4 squared. 4 squared is 16. 1/16 divided by 16 is 1. And then 1 minus 1 is going to be 0. So I actually go through the origin here. Problem. I'm 1, 2, 3 away here, but I'm 1, 2, 3, 4 away here. I can actually make it happen. Now I need a number in here that's going to be divisible by 16. All right, so then let's see. 2 is not going to work because 2 plus 4, and then I'm going to square that. That's 36. Let's see, if I put a 3, not so much. A 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 squared is 81. That's not going to work. 5, 6. Okay, so these aren't going to be very nice. So then I need to just choose a point. Okay, I just need to choose a point and see what happens. Well, let's see how far out I can go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go to 6. Because I really can't do a heck of a lot with over here. There's nothing I can do over here. So if I go to 6, then I have 10 squared. Okay, so I've got 10 squared, which is 100. 1/16 of 100. All right, so then we've got to grab our calculator. All right, so then when we take 100 and divide by 16, because remember I've got the 100 here, I divide by 16, we get 6.25. 6.25 minus 1 is 5.25. All right, so now I'm out here at 6, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a little bit. And then I just go ahead and draw my curve. Again, this is a really rough sketch. Okay, I can't go much further than there. And I'm done with my graph. Now looking up here, be sure to label your graph. The axis of symmetry. Okay, well here's my axis of symmetry, and that's an x equals -4. Because notice I'm reading what's called directions, so I can make sure that I have it correct and I get all my points. There's the axis of symmetry. Here's the vertex. Here's the focus. Whoa, that's a funky looking F. So there's my focus. And then here's my directrix, which is y equals -5. So I have all the information that I've been asked for. I fill all these parts in. I've got my graph. I've got points here. I obviously can't do 5 points because I don't have the room for it. So that's okay, because it doesn't ask for something with all 5 points. All right, so there's my graph, and that's what this whole problem was. Bing, bang, boom, you're done with number 7.